actually going to be doing a business planning session together, and part of me was like, should I make this video or should I just keep it private and then just like launch the brand whenever I have things figured out? But I thought it might be beneficial to sit down and have a conversation with you guys and talk things out and see what you all's input is, because I hope that you guys would check it out and support me in that way whenever the time does come. And if you all are a part of it, I feel like that's just a really exciting experience for us both to embark on. So I have this notebook here, and I have some pens, so I thought that we could sit here together and brainstorm, and I wanted to ask you guys some questions, and if you can leave your responses in the comment section, that would be extremely helpful. And also, please like this video if you're excited about these ideas that I'm sharing with you all today. Okay, so the first thing is I have a Pinterest board pulled up with the initial kind of brand image, if you will, that I would like to go for. And the name of the business is called Pretty Wings of Love, or just for short, Pretty Wings. So I actually already have an Instagram account created, but I haven't posted anything yet. It's just like a little highlights of a couple images on this board just to show kind of brand image inspiration, but it's not like officially launched yet. But I will link it in the bio if you guys want to just already, follow it. But if not, you could follow it during the launch season. So basically, we can go through this Pinterest board together, and I can show you guys like kind of what I'm thinking. So I initially created a brand called Culture Evolution, and I will also link that down below. That is like my primary Instagram account. I used to have like a personal account, but I actually deleted it because that shit got toxic for me. So I no longer have that following, so I just have an art account called Culture Evolution, and I post different artworks here and there, like what I do in class and what my paintings look like. And I have different like rappers and artists and things like that, like paintings of that kind of stuff. But this brand is completely separate from that, and I want it to be very light and airy and ethereal and very pure in heart and spirit. So I'm filming on my phone, so let's pull up the notes page and I'll read you part of the statement of Pretty Wings. Okay, so I'll just read the whole thing to you guys. I chose the name Pretty Wings for my mission-based art brand because I am inspired and captivated by the beauty of all things that carry and embody an air of grace and light in nature and in spirit. Angels, swans, butterflies, doves. It's all about celebrating the gentle-hearted, honoring the peaceful souls, and cherishing the divine beauty we all house within ourselves. So, the Pretty Wings vision is intended to help others discover and see the light within themselves, as well as inspire change in mindset to begin valuing our innate divine beauty and grace, therefore leading a life filled with more light, love, and true fulfillment. So I want it to be, okay, by the way, I'm really washed out. I probably should have changed that. So actually, we out here changed our minds. So with this, I imagine like very light imagery, like this lighter blue with some daisies. This is just like mood board related things. This isn't like the artwork that I'm going to create, but just kind of like the feeling you'll get. I don't know if you can see that at all. It's like some blue flowers. Then we have, of course, like angels and things like that. And then think it would be cool to do like different themed releases. So maybe the initial theme of Pretty Wings is this like light blue aesthetic with white in it, and everything within that collection will be like related to that. Or if the entire brand should like, you know, continually be producing artwork related to like clouds, swans, doves, peaceful things, like, you know what I mean? Or if I should just like create art that I'm passionate about and it's just going to be categorized under Pretty Wings, even if it doesn't really match specifically that, because I have this certain art style and I'm really into it. It's like, it's sensual in nature and it's like bodies and things like that. Let me actually pull it up on my Instagram. Culture evolution. Are we serious? It's not pulling up. It's not pulling up. Boo. Okay. Profile. So, it might be hard to see, but it's a bunch of like naked women essentially. And it's like, it gives you this certain feeling, like you see this couple and they're like hugging each other. Like, I'm so very proud of this piece of art right here. And I would love to like sell these eventually because I'm really passionate about making them. And then we have like this kind of thing. This, like a bikini bottom. This, it's kind of hard to see on a computer screen, but you know, you can see the values a lot better in person. Yeah, so like that doesn't really match this whole aesthetic that I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like it's art that people might be interested in. And then here's this purse, and I have it here with me today, so like I want to be able to sell these too, but again, it doesn't match the aesthetic. So I'm like, should Pretty Wings just be like mission based and like it has to do with like healing, like the heart, the soul, the body, like self-love, like appreciating who you are. And like this piece provides comfort. It is made of polyfill and sheets. So these were all individual sheets and I cut them into shapes, hand sewed them, and then they were just like these little plushies, and then I sewed them together to form a bag. So I guess what I'm asking is, do you guys think it would be cool to do like a collection every once in a while and it be put on this Pretty Wings account, or should it just like stay on Culture Evolution, you know what I mean? So I'm needing a little bit of help and advice with that if you guys have any ideas, because the thing that I'm concerned about is that if I only paint peaceful things like doves and like whatever, I'm gonna get burnt out and I'm gonna be so sick of it. But if I do like my aesthetic, which is like pastels, like pastel blue, baby pink, lavender, like baby green, and all that kind of stuff, like I also want to be able to sell like vintage clothes and like reworked vintage clothes. So like me buying a piece and then like embroidering on it or putting little clouds on it, like fabric clouds on the piece, just so it's more like my style. And then it would all just like be on this one account. And I want to post like quotes and like happy things and like therapy related stuff on it as well. So it's like not just gonna be like me selling products. And that's the other thing about it. I'm like staring at my nails. Like I want to be able to put on cute outfits, and if you guys look at my Instagram, I'm not really sure what this is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a big bunch of random stuff. Like this center one right here is like tarot cards. Like I did a photo shoot of myself dressed up in different tarot cards. And like I like this kind of stuff, but that's not like what I want to sell, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like I could keep Culture Evolution as my like personal Instagram, and I could still post like outfit photos and stuff like that, but I feel like I need a set like business account so that everything I post is going to be stuff that I'm willing to sell. But on here it's like stuff that I'm not going to sell, you know what I mean? Then I have like this cake that I painted in class. It's like a huge canvas. And then I have like the original type of artwork that I made, which is like a sloth in a bong, and then like the Igor album. Then like Kid Cudi related paintings and like digital art. So this is again more like my personal Instagram page of like my art that I've completed like throughout college, and then I have photography that I've done, as you can see, and some more photography, some drawings over here, this Billie Eilish one. Yeah, so another thing that I want to know is like, would you guys purchase purses? Like if I bought fabrics that I love and like my style and like pastels and stuff, like we could do like a cloud purse, like a blue with white clouds all over it. We could do a solid white one and just say it's a cloud purse, and it's not so much like functional, like it could be technically, but you can't put like a bunch of heavy things in it because it is hand sewn. It's sturdy, like you can pull the seams and it's not gonna go anywhere, but you know what I mean? Like we don't want to put a bunch of like shit in it because it's more just like for an outfit accessory. And the other thing is these healing books. These are something that I started making in my fiber art class, like for fun. So this is called Finding Peace, and I have 3 different editions of this book, so each one has a different topic. And this says like, peace is within, you have to create your own. Finding serenity, even when all you see is chaos. You can do this. Have faith that all is well. So each book has a different topic. Like this one, like I said, is Finding Peace. The other one that I have is called Ways to Heal, and it's just like my own advice in my own words. Like I'm not going online and like googling stuff. It's just like I sit there and I meditate with a thought like, okay, we're gonna make this book on self-love. So then I made one out of like these tones because it has to do with like the body and self-love and like a womb and organs, and it's just kind of like this collective kind of message. So on Pretty Wings, I want to be able to like have meaning behind my work, and like I feel like this stuff is like really cool and I've never seen anyone make anything like it, so I just feel like it's valuable to some degree. And whenever I get into art therapy, this would be nice to like sit down with people and like let them read through, like if they're in the waiting room or just whatever, just so they can like clear their mind and like feel the tactile coziness of like holding a book. So that's the kind of thing that I want to sell on my Pretty Wings account. Yeah, so if you guys have any feedback for me, please leave it down below. I know this video is like kind of all over the place and me just rambling about shit, and it's very in the newborn phase of things, and I have a clearer image in my head that I feel like I'm not really communicating very well because it's just in the, like I said, the newborn stage. Like I want to be able to get a blue sheet and stretch it out, do some fiber art on it, like do clouds and like really pretty little stuff, and then have that as a backdrop so that whenever I take pictures in my clothes or if I'm going to hold up my pieces, that I can like have this pretty backdrop for my Instagram. And the whole thing that I'm also trying to explain is that the Instagram that I just showed you, it's great, but it's not like a brand, and I want that practice to make a brand, like a cohesive thing with an aesthetic that's consistent, that makes sense. And whenever I, you know, apply for jobs someday, like for me to be able to show them something I'm like really proud of, because although I love my artwork on Culture Evolution, it's not really presented in a professional, cohesive way. So just let's see. Let's see if I can pull up some of my people that I love to follow. Just like as an example for you guys to understand what I'm saying. So this girl is called Shelby Shelby DeGarmo. And she is an oil painter, so everything that she has on her Instagram is like consistent. Like we see pink, we see pastels, and we see like little animals and creatures and like tea time and like, you know what I mean? Like it's consistent and she has a look. So I'm just having a difficult time with that because I feel like I can't just commit to one style because I'll get bored. So if you guys think like a themed release is a cool idea, let me know, because I have like what do you call it? I have little miniature like organ looking things and they're hanging on a little piece of string. So like that's wall art that you guys could buy. Then you could buy a purse, and then you could buy a healing book that is the matching colors of that, and that has to do with self-love. And then for each release I can sit down and make like an Instagram live type of video talking about each piece, what they mean to me, and it's kind of like I'm presenting it more as a whole collection. And then the next one might be just about doves and swans and this and that, but that collection's like not gonna last forever, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like whatever I'm inspired by at that time in my life, I'll make art about and make a cohesive thing. Like I want to make rugs, like I forget what you call it, tufted rugs, like it's like a hand made process, and make these cool rugs that have to do with each of the themes. So within each release there'll be like an oil painting, an embroidery piece, a fiber art piece, which could be a wall hanging or a purse or something like that, and then clothing to go along with that release. Or we could just have a straight up clothing release and like no art, or like art on the clothes. So those are just my rambly thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through this with me. I feel like I was kind of a bit of